So recently, if we're talking about in the spiritual side of my life here, in the magical side of my life, so a little background to me. The odd time I do spells, I'm really into herbal magic, herbal healing, holistic health, spirituality, chakras, hiring my vibration, twin flame journey, getting back to God and source, that type of thing. I work with angels most of the time. I would say I'm working with angels more often than I would be doing spells or anything like that. Because it's easier for me. It's easier for me to connect, and it's less effort on my end to call upon angels to help, instead of getting proper ingredients, herbs, and doing a spell on a certain day or doing a spell at a certain time, which can also be helpful, but I'm someone with very high or very easy sort of very easy connection. Like if I pray, it's often instant. So yeah, that's where we're at with that, okay? And I actually just recently learned there is a little bit of background on this. Not only do I have some empathic and psychic ability, just who I am in my astrology and stuff like that, but I have learned, and I'm quite different than other people, and so I don't necessarily like to say that I'm an earth angel, but I have been told it, and I do feel it, but I've actually been, I recently found out that red-haired people have a closer connection to plants, herbs, magic, and angels specifically, because even you think about cherubs, they are ginger babies, so I guess we just have more of a connection. And I actually was thinking about this not very long ago, because there's certain people I follow online who have red hair and green eyes, specifically, very much features like me, and they happen, the reason I'm following them is not because they're ginger, but is because they're into holistic health. There's one that does a holistic health, mental health, get them away from psych meds, and she has these features. And there's one that does more of like skincare, natural skincare, get away from the chemicals, and she's also red-haired and green eyes. And it's interesting because it's like those are all the things that I'm really heavily into, and like, so it's almost like we're our own species, we're our own witch, you know what I mean? And you look into the Viking and Celtic times, it's often those kind of practices were happening then, and they were often red-haired as well. So this I guess goes on beyond just what I feel and what I connect to. There is a little bit of more of evidence, or more people that do believe this. Anyway, so like I said, that's all I really do, that's all I really work with. Okay, I don't be doing no dark magic, I don't be working with demons, I don't be sacrificing, I don't be doing hexes, I don't be doing negative things to other people, I don't be doing anything to other people. It's very much, if I'm going to do anything at all, it's to improve myself, or it's to improve others' health, or protection, or something like that. So lately, I have been introduced to dragons. Now, this is really interesting because I've never really had a connection to dragons. I am a Chinese dragon, but I've never really been like obsessed with dragons. I do know people that really relate to them, or really love everything dragon art, dragon lore, just everything about them they connect with, but that was never really me. I think they're very mystical and very cool looking, but it was never something that like I sought after or went after. So this is just my experience here. So I never really asked for this to happen, but I've noticed, call me crazy, I don't care, that now dragon energy is around me. And it's not just one. There's 4 of them, at least. And they're very interesting because I didn't know what dragons are like. I have no idea. Like, all I knew from dragon lore is that they, you know, they breathe fire, they protect the princess, and they hoard gold and jewels. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I knew. And that they lived in the ethers and they could be invisible when they wanted to be. That's all I knew. So, so now I'm realizing, as they're actually coming to me, they're showing themselves to me, they're like dogs. Like, literally. They are very playful, but they're like a guard dog. So they're going to protect you, like, hardcore, like, you know what I'm saying? But they're very, like, up your ass. They're very, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, they're very, like, right there, if that makes sense. Like, very friendly, very loyal. Like, they're literally just a big dog, is what I'm getting. Maybe I should watch Never Ending Story. Maybe that would have some, because that's like a flying dog dragon thing. So maybe that would give me some answers. But yeah. So I do feel like I'm being protected on a whole other level. And for some reason, I'm feeling like it was perhaps the angels that have now sent these dragons, because I had never asked for dragons or for necessarily protection. So I do think, what I'm thinking now is that dragons are like angels' hellhounds, right? Like demons have hellhounds. I think dragons are angels' pets. I'm really starting, like, you know. So that's what I do think. This is what I'm getting now. But